Halloween costumes banned in a New Jersey school district classrooms because of inclusion concerns. Woke war on Halloween. Not even kidding. Watch this.
Students this year.
Yeah, I just love Halloween. It's happy, but the reason why they're canceling it even has the state's Democratic governor calling the decision nonsense. So keep that in mind here. The Maplewood South Orange School District is calling off celebrations after a survey of the school's principals found most wanted to cancel the plans. A letter to parents said the holiday didn't align with their message of diversity, equity, and inclusion, citing the potential financial hardship of some of those students' families to even afford costumes in the first place, and the violation of some students' cultural and religious beliefs as the reasons for this change. But they're not alone either. Other schools in states like Massachusetts and Michigan, and in cities like Philly, Boston, Seattle, they have canceled their own Halloween plans as well.
DEI being cited as reason to cancel Halloween. I mean, this is why people hate those three letters and hate what they're doing to our schools. Look, if you don't want to participate in Halloween, of course you shouldn't have to. Most kids probably do. It's probably a nice break from whatever else is going on in school. It's not offending anyone. You can have rules around it so you're not offending or making anyone feel uncomfortable. But this is the whole problem with the DEI approach, because there will be one or two people who don't want to do it. You have to shut down, you have to ruin everybody's fun. That's what it feels like. We're just arbitrarily ruining people's fun because hateful bureaucrats said so.
Robbie, I would take it a step further and say this is the opposite of DEI. And as a member of the LGBTQ plus community, it's oppressive. The gays love Halloween. Think about the baby gays who just want to put on their costume and celebrate their holiday. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I understand that many of the principals are concerned about the students that they have that come from households that are low income, that cannot afford a costume. However, as someone who went to a public school that did not rank well in the United States of America, you get all kinds of people there. Some people dress like cats every day. No one knows what's going on with that. Imagine you're sitting across the principal's office and you're in middle school, in high school, and you're like, this is who I am. It's not a costume. I wear this every day. I think it's a little bit weird to say we're banning Halloween. If people show up in their Halloween costumes to work, can they get sent home? Yeah, maybe. But it's a little bit easier to determine when an adult's in a costume than when a kid is. And I think it's a little bit easier to maybe send a letter home to parents and say, hey, there are many kids who cannot afford a costume. How do we want to deal with this as a school district? Let's get the parents involved. Are we going to, have costumes available for the kids who want to wear a costume but can't afford to get one on their own? Or are we just going to politely say to the parents, just be aware of this. This is something that's going on. Be aware. Let them make their decisions. I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal. I don't think it requires the schools intervening and banning costumes.
This is superb commentary, Jessica. It's fantastic. I agree. It's devastatingly honest and true and great. You don't have to go all out if you don't feel like. You can just, put a sheet over yourself, call yourself a ghost. You don't have to. You just dress totally normally and say you're a serial killer. They look like everyone else. That's a Wednesday line I think I'm stealing from Adam's Family Values, but works as a costume. Do you have any plans to dress up this year, Jessica? Or maybe you already have. Halloween's falling on a weird night for us working adults who like dressing up in costumes for some reason. So I know I had a lot of parties to go to over the weekend.
Yeah, no parties. I would like to dress in something that the kids will appreciate when I hand out candy to the trick-or-treaters. I'm currently in a suburban neighborhood. I'm expecting to see many cute costumes, and it's been a huge conversation. I don't even know what Disney princesses or characters are the most popular. I keep hearing about Tangled, this Rapunzel that's new.
I can tell you which ones are not popular, but it's a fair question.
Snow White. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to throw something together fast and also get candy. What about you? Are you going to be Ken?
I was, in fact, already Ken, yes, at a number of events over the weekend. If anyone is interested in those, I hung out with some of our staff, with Brianna. She had a great costume as well. You can see those on social media. We won't subject our viewers to them right here. But yes, the fun was had by all. So yeah, I'm kind of done with Halloween already by now. I don't ever get, I live in an apartment, so there's no, they have it. All right, there you go. Thank you, producers, for subjecting me to this humiliation. It's his costume from the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll you have no idea what I'm dressed as, but he wears that after he takes over Barbie Land and imposes a new regime, which is obviously what I would aspire to do as well. Meanwhile, President Biden has hosted Halloween trick-or-treaters at the White House. Here's some footage of that. So there he is, handing out candy, a little bit of a cough, more candy being handed out. Are these kids in costume? I see. Well, I can't tell what those kids are dressed in, but they are in costume. Oh yeah, there's a little. It's hard to tell from our vantage point. A princess or something. There's another princess. That might be I don't know. That might be a Moana or a Tangled or a Frozen princess. One of those. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the cough into one hand and then back to handing candy out. I don't know how I feel about Joe Biden mucus being on the candy. Yeah. But this is a long-held tradition at the White House. Let's look at what Melania was up to on Halloween back in the day. Here's former First Lady Melania Trump also handing candy out. My favorite was when Donald Trump placed the candy. I think it was a pumpkin, something with a big, their minion.
Look at the
and
minion.
And he puts it right on the head.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's fantastic.
This man is a bully. How's he going to get that candy? Oh, and there it goes. Melania wanted to rectify the situation. She's a good woman for that. Poor
They're
minion.
giving out the whole candy bars there. That's generous. Growing up, you remember the streets where the entire candy bar is being handed out. That's in the. I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, and I was in St. Clair Shores, perfectly nice suburb. But a couple streets over is Grosse Pointe, a nicer suburb, and further over there's like 5 Grosse Pointe. There's Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Park. There's some really nice houses on the water there. If you go outside your neighborhood, there you're getting the whole candy bar. So that's a debate topic strategically. Is it okay to? I know people in D.C. want to go do it in Georgetown, where the wealthy people are handing out the really good candy.
Donald Trump should be posting on Truth Social right now. Do you want a king-size White House or not? Biden is handing out. Imagine Trump. He's handing out these little king-size or these little 3 Musketeers. They're this big, very small. We're handing out the king-size. But also, do you want a balanced budget or not, Robbie? Biden's got to hand out the small stuff because we incurred a lot of debt under the Trump presidency. And it's because of decisions like king-size Reese's peanut butter cups and king-size Kit Kats. We can't afford it.
Yeah, those are all getting sent to Ukraine, unfortunately. Anyway, we wish everybody a happy Halloween, you and your family. The major, there are some myths associated with Halloween. Every year I read some news articles about poison Halloween candy. This is a widespread fear that parents have. No one has ever taken candy from being handed out at trick or treat from a stranger that was poisoned. That never happens. The one poisoned Halloween case was it's a terrible story. It was a father trying to kill his family. It's always coming from inside the house. If you find poison or something, it's not because a stranger gave it to you. That has never happened. Also, people have this perception that it's a uniquely dangerous night because kids can get abducted and sex trafficked and kidnapped. Halloween is one of the safest nights of the year because there's so many responsible adults and people out supervising. The one way in which Halloween is extra dangerous is in terms of car accidents. So look both ways before you cross the street. That is the best way to stay safe on Halloween, and have a good holiday.
Yes, the thing about drugs being in the candy is that the people who have the drugs are drug dealers. They like making money off of the drugs that they put out, and the people who buy them tend to keep them for themselves. So I think those fears every year that come around, not well-founded. I think you're good to go. I hope everyone has a safe Halloween, and if you're out driving, drive safely.
Yeah, dead kids, not repeat customers. I'll leave it on that thrilling note.
Yeah,
there's
that's
me again. All right, let's end this. Enough embarrassment. More rising in just a moment.